Right now on Up with KREM, parents, do you wish there was an Uber-like service for your students? Well, now there's an app for that. Spokane Public Schools recently announced a new partnership with a company to help you get your kids to school.
Washington is working to bounce back from last year's historic wildfire season. And now lawmakers are working on a new bill to help improve future seasons. This morning, we take a closer look at a bill and if it helps our local firefighters.
And as the sun comes up across the inland northwest, we're talking a chilly morning, but nowhere near as cold as we'll be in the days to come. I'll walk you through a chilly week ahead.
And there ain't no bothering, spreading rumors about me, yeah.
And this morning we're catching up with singer and Chewelah native Alan Stone. He'll be joining us on Up with KREM. It's coming up in our next hour.
Up with KREM begins now.
So this makes it so much better for them, so much easier.
Life is so busy for many parents, whether they're working from home or not. Juggling it all and getting their kids where they need to be can be a lot. Glad to have you here with us. I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Jen York. Happy Monday morning. Yeah, so some of those parents are turning to rideshare services to get those kids shuttled around town, but most require passengers to be at least 18. So this morning, we want to hear from parents.
Yeah, would you be willing to put your child in a ride-sharing service alone? Weigh in right now in our live Twitter poll. In the meantime, I took an in-depth look at what this new service is all about. For adults, it's easier than ever to get where you need to be. Pull out your phone, open up your app, and then boom, you have a car at your front door.
In fact, that's exactly how we describe it. Uber for school children.
It's called Hop Skip Drive. It was created by 3 busy working moms who needed a solution to get their kids to school.
We match schools and families with very highly vetted drivers that are called care drivers, because in addition to going through our rigorous 15-point driver certification process, they also have 5 years of caregiving experience.
Linda Morrison is one of those drivers ready to take students to school and help families who need a helping hand.
It just opens up a whole nother avenue for the parents to coordinate getting their kids to and from school without them having to actually do the driving.
Spokane Public Schools approved the partnership with the rideshare service last month and launched within the last week for just a few families. They say it will save the district money, especially for transporting smaller groups of students.
Anytime you have less than 12 students on a bus, we can be a cost-effective solution for a district, and cost savings will vary, but we've seen that we've been able to save school districts anywhere from 20 to 60%.
In a nationwide survey done by School Bus Fleet, 2/3 of districts across America are experiencing a bus driver shortage that's only been worsened by the pandemic. SPS hopes by adding the rideshare service, it will help alleviate the demand.
High school will be getting ready to go back, and so we'll be able to use those buses for other transportation needs to get our high school students to and from school. So it'll kind of open up that bus for that to happen.
So how does Hop Skip Drive work? Right now, the district decides who's eligible. This includes students with special needs, those experiencing homelessness, or in the foster care system. Rides are scheduled in advance and are tracked by GPS from pickup to drop-off. Drivers wear these bright orange shirts and have stickers on their cars, and students have a code word they only know.
So the child knows that that is a word that they have come up with their caregiver, with their school. So this is the right driver. Then the driver will ask another question to make sure that they have the right student. So it's a 2-factor authentication system.
Which does make it a slightly different thing than Uber or Lyft, which is just more of a convenience for getting around town. These are your children, your most precious commodities.
It's a responsibility drivers like Linda don't take lightly. Right now, the service is only open to certain students. Hop Skip Drive hopes to be available to all students sometime in the spring. Yeah, it is very interesting. Right now you can't use Uber or Lyft if you are under 18 years or older, but we know that sometimes people actually use those services in that way, even though they're not allowed to. So this service really ensures that, if you do need to send your child somewhere, this is a safe option.
Yeah, I'm seeing a couple of parents writing in this morning, Tim. A majority of them say they're absolutely not interested. But one person said about this program, it depends on the age of the child and who they're sharing the car with.
Yeah, absolutely. And so one of the things that the company, they have a strict policy that really you have to be from the same household. They're not going to mix and match different students from different households. So they get that one-on-one experience. And also really interesting is that a lot of the circumstances right now that the district needs to be met is students with special needs getting to school versus putting them on a 60-person bus. This is a much more cost-effective option for them. So again, weigh in and let us know what you think. All right, it's 7:35 now. Let's get a check of the forecast now with Jeremy Legoo.
Well, no doubt about it. It's a little bit chilly out there early on this morning. Temperatures hanging out in the mid-20s with a little bit of light snow coming down in downtown. But don't think that snow is going to offer too much. We are just looking at a few flurries being squeezed out. You got to head up into some of those mountains to find a little more of that. But either way, temps trending a bit cooler. We're in the mid-20s across much of the inland northwest early on this morning, and that cold air is only going to start reinforcing itself even more. You can see that band of snow that stretches from Spokane south of Interstate 90 down into Montana. It's a little convergence zone. That's kind of how this snow is going to set up. Some areas you'll see it. Even just a few miles down the road, you might not see it at all. But what we are keeping a close eye on is what's to come. That's cold air funneling in from the north. It's an Arctic air mass. We can call this a full-on Arctic blast. It's really dropping temperatures, and that will continue to be the case throughout the week. So today is our warmest day. Temps in the mid-30s with a little bit of sunshine this afternoon. But if you like sunshine, I've got great news for you. It's a sunny week ahead. It's just a little bit colder than where we are today.
We're taking a look at what's trending. It's the morning after the Super Bowl, and we have plenty to get to as far as what's going on online. So we're going to hop right into it. One of the biggest takeaways from this weekend Super Bowl was the halftime performance by The Weeknd. So you can see moments right here behind me. It instantly became an internet meme, and the relatable content started to flow. So we're going to take a look at some of the funny ones this morning. So this tweet says, 4-year-old me in the grocery store looking for my mom. Yeah, I can relate to that one. Other captions for this video that have gone viral are what my coworker sees on Zoom meetings when I think my camera is off. Also, my camera roll when I take my iPad back from a toddler. Absolutely. And then what my pizza sees in the microwave, just spinning. I don't know, for those at home watching had similar reactions, but I kind of had to stop and think, am I dizzy right now? All right, another moment were a couple of the ads. Famous ads, Super Bowl, we always look for those, but one was from Reddit. That was actually the shortest, 5 seconds to be exact. Now, if you didn't pause the screen to read the ad, they said they didn't even have the budget to buy a full ad space, so they just bought part of one. They said they were inspired from the events last week on their site and the stock market. Well, kind of an interesting take on a Super Bowl ad, guys.
Yeah, seriously, you know, one of the things that I read is that with Super Bowl ads, with a halftime performance, it's kind of the residual after impact of your time on the Super Bowl. So even if it was 5 seconds, we're talking about it right now for longer than that entire ad. So it's a little sneaky. I don't know what their intention was behind that.
Yeah, and the weekend's performance, the 24-minute halftime show, pretty incredible. And Jen, you said it, a tease of maybe what's to come on that world tour.
Right.
That's right. His tickets go on sale today. And keep in mind, the Weeknd's coming here to Spokane in April 2022. And, you know, he poured a lot of his own money into that performance. And I have a feeling that might have been why.
Yeah.
All right, Dana Marie, thanks so much for bringing us those trending moments from the Super Bowl. It is 7:39 now. Still ahead, a KREM 2 viewer sent in these next photos. They wanted to know if this is an inversion. So we have Jeremy taking a closer look.
Oh, love it. Love when you guys ask me those weather questions. I'll let you know whether or not that's inversion and uninversion and why coming up after the break.
And if you are joining up with KREM for the first time, great to have you with us. But let us be the first to tell you we are a one-of-a-kind morning show.
Yeah, we're always looking for locals to shine a spotlight on in the inland Northwest, including this woman, a local ranch dip connoisseur. We talked to her to find out where she thinks the best ranch is in Spokane.
So it begs the question, who has the best ranch?
So Outlaw is really, really good. I think that's one of my favorites. Another one of my favorites is No Lie, and they actually have two different ones. They have a jalapeno ranch and a regular ranch, and they're both 5 out of 5 for sure.
So good. Well, you can find this story on KREM.com right now. Stay with us. We'll be right back.